Okay, so good day, another Saturday. Okay, so our topic is about break-even analysis. Okay, so maybe some of you are asking, no, kailan ba ginagamit? No, when is the right time, no, to use this tool, and why there's a need for us to use this tool. Okay po. Oo. So, kailan ba natin usually ginagamit ang break-even at paano tayo natutulungan nito, no, as business owners. Okay? So, break-even, it means, no, ito yung isang business situation where the cost and the revenue meets, and we consider them as a particular point where the cost is equal to the amount of the revenue. So in other words, there is no profit gain, or on the other hand, there is also no losses declared. Okay, so zero gain, zero losses. So break even. Okay po. So, paano ba natin ito ginagamit at napapakinabangan, no, as a business owner? So our point of view is we are like wearing the shoes of the business owner. So kapag nakita natin yung numero, no, kung saan tayo ay balik puhunan na, no, tayo ay balik cost, no, or puhunan, then masaya na tayo at sabihin natin, okay, yung mga susunod na benta ay yun na yung kita natin. Yun na yung profit natin. Yun na yung ating profit margin. Tama. Kasi nga, nalocate na natin yung break-even, no, at a particular time. So, if we're going to use monthly, no, use a monthly computation of break-even, pwede natin tingnan ang numero bandang gitna, no, ng buwan, no, ilang araw ba ang isang buwan? 30. No, on the 15th day, pwede na tayong mag-check, no, using the formula later on that we are going to use. Pwede nating i-check, no, on the 15th day, pwede nating i-check kung kumusta na, no, yung ating sales or revenue. Kumusta na ang ating benta? Tayo ba ay break-even na para sa buwan na yon, or kailangan pa nating mag-double time, triple time, no, dahil malayo pa tayo doon sa ating break-even point. So I think that is one of the notable and remarkable consideration. No? That's why we need to understand, no, the process of break-even, no, analysis. So, sabi dito sa screen, when the total sales just equal to the total cost, yun yung sinabi ko, the firm has neither gain profit nor loss. It has just reached its break-even point. Now, there are important concepts, no, in the process, no, in the computation later on. So, syempre, identify natin itong cost. Now, as a business students, no, we're not unfamiliar, no, with the term cost. We know, no, what are these costs. Costs are also associated with expenses. Correct? So, if you are into manufacturing of food products, then there are a lot of costs, no, in the manufacturing of food products, like pasalubong items, like kakanin, no, canned goods, and other products. Okay po. Oo. So, these are all um, expenses na entail in the production of goods and services. Okay. Number two, volume or quantity. So, mahalagang nababantayan natin as business owner yung bilang, no, ng mga products and services na ino-offer natin for that particular period of time. Kasi nga, doon natin tinitingnan na um, uh, at what particular quantity, no, of our product, of our services in a particular period of time. For example, 1 month. Okay, kapag nakabenta na tayo nito, break even na tayo. Yung mga ganon. Kapag nakapag-serve na tayo ng ganito kadaming customers, no, then break even na tayo. So, we can set our target now through the use of volume or quantifying, no, our uh, products and services. Okay po. Another is the profit, no, consideration. Ano ba ang ating um, margin of profit na gagamitin, no? At ano ba ang ating measure towards profit? At syempre, hindi tayo lalayo doon sa quantity. Tama kasi in every piece of product, no, there is a declaration of price. No? Kaya nga, revenue is equal to quantity times price. Tama. So, the higher the quantity, no, the better position to say, okay, we are selling much today. No? So, the lower the quantity, we can also say na, matumal, no, ang panahon. So, we can always associate the word matumal doon sa limited number of products or services na produce, and not only produce, actually sold at a particular price. Kaya, quantity multiplied by price is equal to revenue. And revenue is associated, of course, to profitability. Correct? So, that's why sa inyong accounting subjects, no, lahat ng mga revenue ay subject pa for deduction of expenses. Tama. So, you cannot declare profit, no, without first deducting all the operational expenses or all the expenses from the revenue. And even the tax deduction, no, of the firm for that particular period. Kapag hindi pa yan naibawas doon sa revenue, then you cannot declare the so-called net profit. Net profit. Kaya ang net profit ay nadiderive lamang kapag wala ka na talagang pwedeng ibawas doon. So, ang tawag natin ay net profit. Wala nang bawas yon. Okay po. Okay, so I hope that is clear. Okay, so what is cost? Represented by letter C. Okay po. So, these are expenses. At hindi lang ito ordinaryong expenses. Lahat ng mga cost na related, no, or related to the product. So, kapag walang kaugnayan yung expenses sa product or service, no, na binibilang natin, dapat hindi siya part nun. Lalabas lang yon sa income and loss statement sa kabuuan. But as to identifying, no, a specific cost incurred for that particular product or service, dapat ang qualification niya related doon sa product or service. Okay po, tandaan niyo ha. Dapat related siya sa product or service. Halimbawa, ang business mo ay print shop. printing business, nagpo-photocopy ka, okay, nagpiprint ka, tama, dyan sa eskwelahan may mga ganyang business, ano, yung nagpa-print, nagpapa-binding kayo, tama, oh. So, yung mga cost ninyo ay more on paper, ink, okay, plastic covers, staplers, yung mga ganon. Lahat ng related. Ano pa, gumagamit ba kayo ng kuryente? Siyempre, sa photocopy. So, cost din yon. Gumagamit ba kayo ng tubig para makapag-print kayo ng mga pinapaprint ng mga bata? That's questionable. No? Ano naman ang connect ng tubig sa printing business? So, hindi. Tama? So, dapat i-qualify ng maigi ano itong mga cost na related lamang no, doon sa production, creation, distribution of products and services. Dapat malinaw yan. Now, there are two types of cost. Fixed cost, variable cost. Now, itong mga fixed cost, ito yung expenses related to the products or services na hindi basta-bastang nagbabago in a particular period of time. And what are those costs you think not changing within a particular period of time? For example, power. Hindi naman po pwedeng bukas magpapalit na ng presyo ng kuryente. So, it takes months, it takes year para mag-declare ang Meralco or gobyerno ng increase. No? So, very seldom, okay, na merong changes. Kaya i-consider natin siya as fixed cost. Okay po, kuryente. Ganun din naman ang tubig, if ever. No? Halimbawa, ang business ay patungkol sa manufacturing of kakanin, manufacturing of products, okay po, na nangailangan ng tubig, then you can use water as fixed cost kasi ang Maynilad, hindi din naman yan overnight nagpapalit ng presyo per cubic meter ng tubig. Nakuha ninyo. So, lahat ng sa tingin ninyo ay hindi agad-agad nababago pero essential in the production of product and services sa inyong business, then consider that as fixed cost. Another is the variable cost. So, as the term implies, na variable, nagbabago yung cost. Okay po. So, lahat ng hindi fixed cost ay automatic variable cost. Gets? So, okay, anong qualification? Dapat related sa product or service, no, na ino-offer ng company or firm. Okay po. So, what are these variable cost? Presyo ng papel, nagbabago yan, lalo na kapag binili mo siya sa convenience store o binili mo sa supermarket, iba presyo nan. Kapag binili mo sa palengke, binili mo sa mismong company, mas iba presyo nun, mas mura yon. So, whichever case, gagamitin natin yung tinatawag na variable cost dahil paiba-iba ang presyo, no? Ng mga supplies. So, variable cost. Okay po. Okay, so, there. So, total cost is equal to fixed cost plus variable cost. Yan yung total cost. Now, pag-usapan naman natin volume or quantity. Kanina medyo napag-hapyon na natin what is about quantity. So, it plays a very important role, no? Because it refers to level of production. No? Expressed in quantity of units, ilan ba? So, dapat may bilang talaga tayo, no? As in, ilang pirasong papel or ilang piraso ang naiprint natin sa loob ng buwan. na ito, sa loob ng araw na ito. Okay po. Ayan. At ilang piraso ang babayaran. No? Kasi mga ganon. Now, another is profit. No? Depende rin ito dun sa number of quantity. No, nakadepende ito dun sa quantity. Sabi nga dito is the difference between the total revenue and the total cost. Tama. So, revenue first, quantity times price. Tama. Revenue is equal to quantity times price. Tama. The higher the quantity, no, the better revenue. The lower the quantity, no, the sadder the revenue. Mas malungkot. No? Kasi price nga yun times quantity. Okay, so, tapos ibabawas mo pa yung cost or yung puhunan. Tama? Yung puhunan incurred related to the production of goods and services. So, bababa siya. Ang tawag natin doon, profit na. Okay po. Pero hindi pa net. Magkakaiba yung net profit sa profit. Ang profit, just a declaration. But still subjected, no, to some sort of deduction. No, example is deduction for tax payment paid for the government. So, that is one of the deductions pa, no, under revenue, no. Kapag na-deduct mo na yun, pwede mo na i-declare yung profit. Pero tanungin nyo pa rin sarili nyo, meron pa bang dapat i-deduct within a particular period, accounting period? Kapag wala na talaga, then declare net profit, not just profit. So, ito na tayo. So, meron tayong scenario at gagamitin natin yung isang business firm na nagnanais malaman yung break-even point. No? Kasi excited siya na malaman ito dahil nagbibigay ito ng signal for him or her na malakas tayo ngayon. No? Hindi lang tayo break-even, hindi tayo lugi sa buwan na ito. No? So, nagbibigay sa kanya ng signal yung numero Okay po. So, as to formula, meron tayong basic formula. Profit is equal to revenue is equal to cost. That is our accounting formula. But as far as break-even analysis is concerned, dapat may process natin, no, lahat ng mga numerong ito, okay, para ma-declare natin at what particular number, at what particular quantity, we can say we are already at a break-even point. What particular number or quantity we can actually say that we are over and above break-even. Over and above break-even indicates positive number na. Now, that's about profit margin already. Correct? Okay. So, the type of business that we're going to use is print shop. No? Photocopy, printing, lahat ng printing related and reproduction are related. Okay po. Now, ang ating mga assumptions ay per month. No? Gagamit tayo ng time element na monthly. Okay, example, meron tayong fixed cost rental for the shop, 10,000 pesos for the rental. And all other rentals, whatever. Power, gagamit kayo ng kuryente for the photocopy machine and for the printing, for the printer, 3,000 pesos a month. Salary, nagpasweldo ka ng sarili mo at sinisweldohan mo yung tao mo, 12,000 a month. So, a total of 25,000 pesos fixed cost. Okay po. Meron din tayong mga variable cost. Ito yung mga expenses na paiba-iba ang presyo. Hindi stable ang presyo. Like for example, the price of the ink, paper, stapler, lahat yan no, na ginagamit. Ano yung mga ito? Paiba-iba siya. Mga stapler, paper clips, no, and all. So, sabi dito, sa bawat piraso ng papel, per piece of printing, ang puhunan daw ay 60 cents for the ink and 50 cents for the paper. Yan daw yung puhunan. So, in other words, 1 peso and 10 centavos per piece. Per piece. So, yan ang puhunan mo. So, therefore, dahil alam mo na ang puhunan mo na 1 peso and 10 cents lang, pwede mo nang presyohan yung bawat printing ng dos. So, medyo mura na yan. Sa panahon ngayon, wala nang dos. 5 piso na yata ang isang print. Tama? Sige. For purposes of discussion, gagamit tayo ng dos. So, kapag sinabing pa-print po, dos na kaagad yun. Tama? Per piece. So, that is your price. Next, revenue is a function of price times quantity. Tama naman. Okay po. So, ilang piraso, tapos multiplied by 2 pesos. Yan ang revenue mo. Okay po. Okay. So, yan ang mga data natin. Now, let us proceed with the computation of break-even. Okay po. Meron tayong long method computation. So, dito sa long method, dito sa bandang kaliwa, yan ang ating long method. Medyo gagamitan natin ng simpleng algebra. Tama. So, pag sinabi nating algebra, nandyan yung mga sign, positive, negative, andun yung mga x and y. Tama. So, gagamitan natin. Tapos, may equation din. No? Gagamitan natin. May transposition kapag tinatranspose yung sign number to the left, no, and the whole number to the left, to the right, no, sign number, nagbabago yung sign niya. No, kapag transpose natin, yung negative magiging positive at yung positive magiging negative during the process of transposition. Tama? Na naalala ninyo. So, gagamitan natin ng ganon dito sa long method. Now, pag-usapan natin yung short method later on. Okay, umpisahan natin dito sa long method. Formula, profit is equal to revenue minus cost. Okay po. So, there's an assumption of break-even, which is 0. 0 profit, 0 losses. So, 0 is equal to 2 pesos per piece minus revenue. Okay po? Minus revenue, no? Minus cost. So, kung mapapansin niyo dyan, mayroong 25,000 fixed cost, no? Minus 1.10 per piece. Per piece. Okay po. Close and open. So, revenue yon. Declaration natin. At meron din tayong declaration of cost. Tama. At meron tayong fixed cost. At meron tayong variable cost. So, ulitin natin na 0 break-even is equal to 2 pesos price per piece. Okay po? Minus close and open as a function of fixed cost, which is 25,000, minus variable cost, which is 1.10 per piece or quantity. Gets. Okay. So, next line, mapapansin nyo, meron ng transposition. Bakit? yung equal, lumipat. Kita niyo yung equal? Oh. So, lahat ng sign numbers napunta sa kaliwa. Lahat ng whole number napunta sa kanan. Okay po. So, okay. So, mapapansin ninyo, nagbago din yung sign. Naging negative 2p minus 1, okay, 0.10 per piece, okay po, is equal to 25,000. So, ano nakikita nyo dyan? Lahat ng may sign, like 2p, like p, na napunta sa kaliwa. At ang whole number, like 25,000, na natili sa kanan because of the policy in algebra. Kung hindi nyo malaala ang algebra nyo, hindi ko nakasalanan yun. Nire-recall ko lang sa inyo na there is a law, there is a policy in transposition. Kaya dapat alalahanin ninyo. And I hope na alaala nyo yung transposition na yan. Next. So, when we compute, the numbers, okay, located at the left portion of the equal sign and those numbers located at the right portion of the equal sign, mapapansin niyo na 0.90 na lang is equal to 25,000. Okay po. Kasi minus eh. Next. Naiwan yung P sign and then transpose as a divisor. 25,000 divided by 0.90. So that is the value ngayon of the quantity. So that is piece or pieces. Letter P. Okay po. So, yung letter P na yan yung nagdidictate ngayon ilang piraso. Ilang piraso yan. So, equal, so 25,000 divided by 0.90, lumabas na 27,778. Tama ba? So, what is the 27,778? Yun yung piraso na kapag na-achieve mo yan within a particular period, halimbawa nga, monthly period, sa loob ng isang buwan, kapag nakapag-produce ka ng 27,778, yan yung break-even quantity mo. So, what does it mean kung ikaw ay isang print shop? Okay? Kung ikaw ay isang print shop, what does it mean? Yung 27,778, yan yung numero na magsasabi sa'yo na break-even ka na. Wala ka ng lugi, wala kang kinikita. No, bawi puhunan. Break-even. Tanong, anong particular date, in a month, nakita mo yung numero na yan? Okay po. Halimbawa, 15 pa lang. Kasi there are 30 days in average in 1 month. Now, on the 15th, sabi mo, kukumputin mo nga yung break-even. 15 pa lang. Tapos, nung kinumpute mo ang break-even analysis, lumabas yung numero 2778. 15 pa lang. So, kalahati pa lang ng buwan, kalagitnaan pa lang ng buwan, nakita mo na break-even ka na. So, what does it mean to you as a shop owner? Tama. Ang ibig sabihin nun, 15 pa lang, bawi puhunan ka na. So, lahat ng printing mo on the 16, 17, down to 30th of the month, lahat ng kikitain mo doon ay siguradong profit na yon. Gets? Tama. Kasi nga, nakuha mo na ang break-even on the 15 na lang. Okay po. Halimbawa naman, tapos na buwan, and then nag-compute ka. Okay po? Ng break-even. Tapos lumabas ay 2,000 lang. Or 27,000 lang. Tama. Ang lumabas. What does it mean? Okay? Mas mababa eh. So, ang target mo, 27,778. 27,000 lang, tapos na buwan. What does it mean? It is a clear indication na hindi ka lang break-even. Lugi ka pa. Hindi mo nabawi ang puhunan at the same time yung expenses. Tama po. Oo, kasi kinulang ka. So, break-even analysis is actually a very good tool for you to monitor your level of profitability in a particular period of time. Okay, mahalaga dyan, nakaset tayo kung ito ba ay monthly, quarterly, semi-annually, or annually. Mahalaga yan para nakikita natin yung performance natin at makapaghanda tayo anong mga susunod gawin, meron ba tayong dapat habulin, kailangan ba nating mag double time, kailangan ba nating mag triple time, bakit? Dahil ang numero ang nagsasabi na ikaw ay wala pa sa break even point. Now, yung nasa kanang bahagi ng inyong screen, yan yung shortcut method of computing break-even analysis, break-even point. Ito yung shortcut method. Okay po. Break-even point or BEP is equal to fixed cost over, okay, ano tong SP? Ano tong SP minus VC? Selling price, SP, selling price minus variable cost. Okay po, so ulitin ko yung formula, FC, fixed cost, divided by selling price minus variable cost. Okay. How much is the fixed cost? Given naman, nasa itaas, 25,000. How much is the selling price? 2 pesos per page. Tama. How much is the variable cost? 1.10 per piece. Okay po. So kapag process mo na yan, ang lalabas ay 27,778. Now, very quickly, you can get the break-even quantity. Break-even quantity. Okay po. Now, kapag quantity yan number of pieces yan. Now, kapag multiply mo yan into 2 pesos, 27,000 times 778, times 2 pesos, yan ang pera na dapat meron sa kaha mo. Okay po, pwedeng magamit mo rin ito para hulihin kung meron bang pickpocketing, meron bang yung mga katiwala nyo sa shop, binubulsa ba ang benta. Tama. Kasi kapag tinignan mo yung number of pieces nasa record, ilan na yung na-print natin? Sabi, halimbawa, sir, 27,778. Okay, sabi mo, break-even na yan wala naman silang kamalay-malay na may break-even analysis. Tama. So, kapag multiply mo yan ng 2 pesos, ang susunod mong tanong ay, magkano ang pera sa kaha? Correct? Kapag kinompute mo yan, for example, no, let's use calculator, 27,000, okay, 27778 pieces times 2 pesos is equal to 55,555. Lahat 555. Actually, 556 rounded. So, 55,556. Okay po. So, kahit sa pera na lang, no, pag nakita mo, magkano na yung pera dyan sa kaha, kapag sinabing 55,556 na po ang pera, that is already, no, same as 27,778 pieces. Break-even amount naman yan. Correct? Okay? So, break-even amount, break-even quantity. So, meron kang dalawang possible basis. Okay po? Alright. So, aralin nyo maigi yan, long method at saka short method. Now, for your activity, okay, hands-on activity, gawin nyo ito. Okay, so same, sundan nyo lang yung flow kanina. Ano ang type of business ngayon? Ang product kanina kung printing services, ngayon naman dishwashing. Kunyari, na gumagawa kayo ng dishwashing liquid, yan ang product ninyo, and then ang tanong natin, at what particular quantity of dishwashing liquid pwede mo nang i-declare na meron kang break-even point. Okay po. So, nandyan ang fixed cost given, andyan ang variable cost given, andyan ang price per bottle, per piece of dishwashing. Isang ano lang tayo, isang container lang. No? Hindi na natin pag-usapan yung, sir, paano pag sachet? Sir, paano kung nakabote? Sir, paano kung 1 litro? Ganon. Basta kunyari, isang bote lang tayo pinag-uusapan. Or else, mas kadami ang computation pag paiba-iba. Ano po? So, isang sukat lang tayo gagamitin natin. Okay? So, price per bottle, 45 pesos. Revenue, okay po, multiplied by 45 pesos times quantity. Tama po. And then, what is the break-even quantity? Ilan ang dapat mabenta sa loob ng specific period, monthly, for example, para ma-declare natin na break-even na tayo. Okay po. Sige. So, gawin niyo yan, and lahat ng output ay dapat may submit doon sa ating Google Drive, hands-on ha, and lahat ng output ninyo dapat printed at the end of the semester, dapat nakakompile yan sa folder, and you have to submit that before the semester ends. So lahat ng mga outputs ay compiled. Okay po. So for today, dapat soft copy may upload ninyo yung hands-on output ninyo doon sa G Drive na naka-allot, no, para sa inyo. Okay, malinaw? Okay, sige. So that's all. Good luck and happy working.